Sorry about that, I was sidetracked. But yeah, I get the perspective of being an adult. I get the perspective of handling, you know, just having to muster up the courage to like even face the day sometimes. So I get that. But of course there are ways to handle everything. So it's like, yeah, long story short, like I grew up in that type of environment, and having to like basically share attention, I guess kind of made me crave like unconditional. I said unconditional love as a child because I think I had a different perspective of like what unconditional love actually was. um as an adult, unconditional love hits differently from different perspectives. Like when you have values and boundaries, it's like loving someone regardless of crossing those boundaries. So I guess I'm like shifting my perspective of the understanding of unconditional love now at 27 years old. But when I was younger, I grew up on the perspective of like desiring, craving unconditional love because I felt like the type of love, like communication and like, you know, sit down and like, let's really talk about this and like leave my emotions out of it, me, like the adult, leave the adult emotions out of it and just solely nurture the child, you know, like I felt like I did not receive that. So as an adult, I kind of grew into this person that was like giving it all the time with intention to receive it. And then, you know, that put me in a space of like always being understanding and like, you know, trying to put myself in someone else's shoes because, you know, shit be like that sometimes. So it's just like realizing the person that I am today definitely pays tribute to those things. And now seeing like the full circle, like at the end of the day, people are people, whether we declare them something, a parent, a relative, a partner, regardless of the label that you want to give them or life gives them, regardless, they're still people first. You know, they have to take the time to make their executive decisions best for their moral values as well. You know, so it's like, you know, it's constant growth there. But when he told me, back to the story, my father told me that he created basically the thing that we discussed, and he's wondering, he told me in a way that was like, why aren't you getting on this, like as if he was basically telling me that for the first time. And it felt like a slap in the face. It felt like psychosis, like it felt crazy because I felt like the conversation that we had was pointless, you know what I mean? And it's like the reality is the ego within all of us, but I'll speak for myself personally, the ego within me is what made me want so badly for like him to recognize, you know, me. And like he did, you know, he's like, yeah, like wow, that's a really good idea. But like it wasn't the recognition that I wanted. I wanted like the partnership, the trust, the, you know, the co-op opportunity, like cooperation, you know. It's just, it didn't turn out how I thought, but that's life. I'm grateful for that clarity because honestly, it put me in the space to be able to maintain big things, right? Like making sure that things are put in order and making sure that I'm keeping my eyes open for certain things that may be not in the direction of where I'm going, you know, and then realigning, like it really put it into perspective. And I'm currently working through like being able to go deeper again, like because no one has a specific position in my life. I think now, after everything, like, nothing trumps anything else. You know what I mean? Like, love is love. I love all things equally and respectfully and wholeheartedly, and that includes myself. So it's like, having those things set into place, it just comes off differently. Communication styles are different, emotions are displayed differently because of those experiences, and I'm grateful for those experiences. A part of me, it feels that longing for what used to be, like, but at the same time, it's more so because of not having, like, it's more so because what's new, the newness that's being stepped into is new. I haven't, you know, like, been in this space for long enough to be like, you know, as far as like the trust in other people and things like that. But I do see the difference in the way that it registers and then the way that I respond. So it's more so about practice. I feel like I'm good. I just don't quite, like, I don't know how to explain it. I do. It's like my actions are good, but it still feels uneasy. Like, like, can I touch it? You know, like, can I do that? And it's like, yes, like, you're good. Like, you know what I mean? It's like jumping out of a plane, you know, with all of your resources and stuff. Like, you're good. You had the class beforehand, all that stuff. You're good, but you're still a little shaky because it's new and you've never done it before. That's where I'm at in life. And it feels really good. It feels really new. It feels really fresh. It feels really scary. It feels like, but also like I'm on it. It's a lot though. And then, like, the restraining order, it was like, basically, my mom didn't like my lifestyle. I deal with animals, stray animals, other people's animals. Like, I get down in the dirt. I garden. Like, I do. I'm an artist. I'm a creative. So, you know, I may be in advocacy for certain things that other people are too afraid to advocate, or whatever the case may be. It just wasn't fitting right with her, and communication, like I said, just wasn't there. And so she kind of just made that executive decision for herself, I guess. And I do recognize some, like, harborage within my vessel that I am releasing. Like, you know, I recognize my processing time is a little longer when it comes to certain topics, right? And it's all about how we release it from our bodies, because the goal is always to release and make new, never to hold on to stagnant energy, especially that weighty, low vibrational stagnant energy. That's never the case. I'm not an advocate for that. If I'm an advocate for all the things and not advocate for that, okay. Sidetrack. We're not gonna sidetrack, but I definitely wanted to state that I feel fully within me as an individual. I feel like anything could pop off, and at the same time, I'm prepared for anything. I'm protected. I feel guided. I feel good, all while feeling like, what the heck, this is crazy, amazing. Like, it's so many words to describe this life experience, but at the same time, like, we're here. That's what we're here to do. I'm not gonna ramble. This was not supposed to be a long video. I just really wanted to get those big ass hurdles down. I honestly haven't spoken to anybody about it. Like, they were just, I felt so crazy about the way I was feeling and the fact that it happened. Like, I didn't know how to feel, like, because I hold relationships to a very high standard, I guess. So like having my parents do that, and they've done some outlandish shit, but I think that's been the most outlandish for me. And I'm pretty sure like it's partly because of my ego being attached to like the bright ideas, you know, the businesses that I've like dabbled in so far, like, and as well just like honoring myself, like the newfound like respect that I have for myself and love that I have for myself now that I like have a perspective of like being human, you know, and being period. We're all worthy of respect. We all deserve that. Like the unnecessary, like sneaky, spiteful, crazy, weird, like plotting against somebody else because of our own insecurities, like that low vibrational energy just has no space in my reality. I don't support that shit. Honestly, like I don't even really draw attention to it. That's why I haven't spoken about it to anybody, let alone make a video, because I don't want it to even, I want it to not even be a reality in my reality, like not be able to be present. Like that type of energy can't thrive here, so it just doesn't, you know? And I feel like the best way to do that is to not give it, not feed it, not give it energy. But I do believe that there's benefit in getting it out, like for yourself and for whoever else might be going through that same shit with you. Me talking it out really helps me to be able to put it into perspective. And honestly, you know, we got to be able to see it in order to like navigate it, or at least that's for me personally. So it's really helpful. I'm grateful for this platform. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for love. I'm grateful for being. Like, I feel really fucking good. Okay, I hope you have a fantastic ass day. I hope that YouTube doesn't censor my shit, because I did definitely use some words of choice. But yeah, this concludes this video, and see y'all on the next one. Bye.